Hey guys, it's Coco Tarot back again with another message. We're just going to get right into it and see what you guys need to know today. While I shuffle, I want to apologize for the lack of uploads or inconsistent uploads. I am actually pregnant right now and I've been really nauseous and fatigued, but I am getting through my first trimester or toward the end of my first trimester right now, so I'm feeling a lot better, so uploads should be a little bit more consistent. Thank you guys for being patient with me during this time. Yeah, just, you know how people say they've been in their bag? Well, I have been in my barf bag, okay? We're gonna get right into it and tap into you guys' energy. What does the collective need to know right now? Thank you so much. What are they going through? What are they facing? Let's tap into the collective energy. 3 cards for the collective, please. 3 cards. Okay. Got the 4 of Cups. The King of Swords in reverse. Okay. Clarify the 4 of Cups and the King of Swords in reverse for the collective. One more card, please. And the 7 of Cups. Alrighty. Some of you guys could be feeling really bored right now. I'm seeing the King of Swords in reverse as loneliness, or maybe you guys haven't been able to communicate with people right now. Or if you have, it's been small talk or not anything very meaningful or deep. Some of you guys aren't talking to others by your own choice, or you've just cut off a lot of people, so you're alone. But with the 7 of Cups, it's like you're so bored. But at the same time, you could not know what exactly to put your energy into. With the 7 of Cups here, there's a lot of choices or a lot of things that you're like, I could do this and I could do that, but that doesn't seem much fun. You could be losing interest in stuff that used to excite you. There's a rebalancing that's needed here. With this King of Swords, like I said, you could have cut off a lot of energies, cut off a lot of people or things in your life. And now that you've cut that off, you're in this state of boredom of like, well, damn, I cut off everything, even the stuff that was fun or even the stuff that, you know, brought me some sort of entertainment or joy. Some of you guys could be very judgmental of others at this moment or feeling as if you're dealing with people beneath you intellectually. I just heard, well, what's the point? Someone here could be losing faith. I won't lie to you guys. This is feeling very, I'm better than others, or I'm better than this. And that, you know, that could be negative. It could be positive, but it feels kind of like you're feeling as if certain things are beneath you or beneath your energy. This could be someone or an energy you're dealing with, but it's the feeling of, I'm too good for this, or I'm too good for that, or that's not for me, or looking down on others who maybe aren't as spiritually advanced as you. Some of you guys could be clouding your own judgment by having this superiority complex over people, or you're dealing with someone that makes you feel that way. Clarify the 7 of Cups for the collective. For some of you guys, you're thinking about doing something that you know you shouldn't do. Or by say you shouldn't do something that God or the divine or whoever you believe in has already instructed you, that's not for you. But with this 3 of Swords, I'm telling you, I know it sounds harsh to say that you guys are being superior or someone that you're watching for could be being superior, but it's almost as if you're doing this out of heartbreak, cutting people off out of heartbreak, or protecting your energy out of heartbreak. You're in a place where you're hurt, you're bored, you don't know what to do next, but at the same time, everything around you or the people around you, you feel isn't worth your time or isn't worth your effort. For some of you guys, this is a defense mechanism. You're very heartbroken or upset about something, and a reaction to that is to push people away. You could have an avoidant attachment style. So although you crave intimacy and connection and all these things, as soon as you get that intimacy or you get that connection, it triggers your fight or flight. You want to be close with people. You want to have this feeling of connectivity. But at the same time, you are so guarded of your own energy to even let anything come in. I'm hearing, no, that's not for me, or no, that person's beneath me, or no, and I'm not judging you here. You with the King of Swords, you have a high intelligence, or you're very much in your intellectual side. But it could make you, even you could be dismissive, avoidant attachment style. Look that up. It's like you. So for example, some of you guys, you don't like to show your emotions, or you don't like to give people too much of yourself. Even if you're friends with them, you keep some of your secrets to yourself, which is fine. You don't have to tell everybody everything. But at the same time, when you see other people talk about themselves or reveal themselves, it bothers you, or you're like, ugh, look how emotional they are. Can't they, be more intellectual with their feelings? Or can't they be, it's like it triggers you. Something here is triggering you. It could be triggering you for a reason. Clarify this some more. The Justice. Guys, I love you so much. And like I said, maybe this isn't for you. Maybe you're watching for someone. But for some of you guys, this is you. You are demanding justice in a situation, but you're not being open enough to receive that justice because you're being very judgmental of your surroundings or the people around you. Maybe you're on a spiritual journey. You found out a lot of stuff spiritually or intellectually, into politics or whatever, and the people around you, they could give two craps about that. And you being like, well, well, that's why you get karma, or that's why this isn't happening for you. There's a judgmental vibe coming from you, collective. And maybe you believe that your intentions are in the right place, but this is the feeling of someone who is religious, and then someone says, God damn, and they're like, oh, how dare you use the Lord's name in vain? Not knowing that scripture isn't about never cursing. It's about doing things out of self-righteousness in the name of God. Do you understand what I'm saying? There's no room for you or for other people to grow around you because you have surpassed them at some level. And yeah, that could be a good thing, but it's almost as if it's creating this disconnect, although you want to connect. Clarify this Justice card for me. The Hangman. Some of you guys could feel as if you deserve some sort of justice, but you're the one who ends up being hanged all the time. And I hate to say this, collective, but it's like your own energy that's stopping you. Say you are starting to go on dating apps or dating people because you want love. But every person that you go on a date with or that you talk to on the dating app, you have all these, this isn't good enough, or they don't do this, or you're tacking off this list of why people shouldn't be in your life instead of making pros of why they should. Beware of information that you're getting right now because it's weird. You're like, I'm not calling you weird. This is just it's very self-righteous. Someone who believes their intentions are in the right place, but it's those exact intentions that puts them in this hangman all the time. For instance, some of you guys could watch a tarot reading and randomly a message comes up like, oh, your cousin is after you. And you become gullible and believe it. You cut off that cousin. You know what I mean? Not knowing that probably isn't true or that message wasn't for you. There is a superiority complex going on. And I don't know where this is stemming from. But it's causing you to not get justice. It's causing you to be hanged. And that hangman, constantly having to be the you're the scapegoat of yourself. I hope that makes sense. Clarify this energy for the collective. Clarify this. Some of you guys need to be more open. Yeah, you need to be more open to others around you, situations around you. You could be a very spiritually inclined person, always watching tarot, always praying to God, whatever you do spiritually, but at the same time, you're not receiving the messages that are for you. Because you are too wrapped up in what you think is meant for you, as opposed to having faith and trusting God that He is giving you what's meant for you. For some of you guys, you're looking for love so hard that it's bringing you further away from it. because you have all these checklists and all this stuff. And it's so good to have standards. That's, I'm not saying not to have standards, but at the same time, you're cutting yourself off from that access of love by being so judgmental of everybody around you, even of yourself. With this Ace of Wands, though, you are passionate about something or striving for something. You could feel really connected to the divine or have some kind of spiritual gifts. Clarify this Ace of Wands for the collective. Thank you so much. Okay. Yeah, the Ten of Swords, the Two of Swords. I love you so much, collective, and I hate to say this, but for some of you guys, you have spiritual gifts or a psychic or a high intuition, but you're not using it properly. It's like you, in some ways, believe that you got these spiritual gifts in order to gain, and take, and be above. Not knowing that God gave you these spiritual gifts to connect with others or to relate to others. You are being guided by truths that aren't meant for you. Some of you guys, you have been watching tarot that is not, the messages aren't for you. And I hate to say that. Maybe it's from my channel. Maybe it's from another channel. It's like you're taking on things or burdens that are not meant for you. And by doing that, you're cutting off the access of what is for you. It's like you're breaking your own heart. I feel the need to say, too, you don't know everything. And you could have a lot of knowledge and a lot of intellect and look down on others who don't have that same thing, but that person could be smarter than you in a million other ways. You think you know people, but you don't. Or you think you know situations, but you don't. So, for instance, let's say you're wearing mismatched socks. You go to work and your coworkers are like, what's with the socks? And they're just, having a joke or, just trying to start a conversation, but you're like, oh, how dare they make fun of me just because I'm doing something different? They wouldn't know what different was if they tried. That's because they're a conformist. This person is just so, it's like this superiority complex, collective. And if you're dealing with someone who's like this, who is very judgmental or tries to act like they know more than you, they don't. They only know what they know. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? But I feel like it is some of you guys. Some of you guys are in your spiritual journey and it's causing this disconnect with others because others aren't necessarily grasping onto the information that you have grasped onto. There's a rebalancing that needs to happen here, collective. God or the divine didn't give you this spiritual awakening so that you could be better than others. Okay? It's not about being the best. It's about using that knowledge and information to guide you in a place of peace, not only within yourself, but within your environment and the people around you. If God has woken you up before others, you are not allowed to be upset when they haven't gotten there as fast as you have, because the spiritual journey is different for everyone. For instance, I believe in Jesus, but I don't walk around and say everybody I know has to believe in Jesus too, because maybe that's not their path. Maybe that's not what they resonate with. It's kind of like people find information or people find God or religion in different ways. And there's guidelines and there's books and things that we can go by, but at the same time, it's a very personal path. And you're taking your personal path and trying to interject it onto everyone or everything around you. And that's why it hasn't been working. And that's why some people don't even take you seriously when you try to give them advice, because it doesn't resonate with them. And the reason it isn't resonating is because you're not coming from a place of trying to help. You're coming from a place of, well, I know better. And I've seen this and God has shown me this, You have to rebalance out your energy and not project onto others, even if it's stuff that you think will help them. I hope that you're taking this with love, because I love you so much. And I just would hate for you to gain all this knowledge and throw it all away because you're upset that others haven't used it or it benefited them how it benefited you. The information or the things that help you won't necessarily help everybody else. But what you can do is try to see things from people's point of view. Clarify this information for the collective. Clarify this. Yeah, the Nine of Swords. You're very bothered by something. This is very... I'm trying so hard to be nice here, guys. I really am, but it's like this spread, it's almost making me frustrated. It reminds me of this book I read once called Conversations with God. And it's about this guy who was trying to write a book, and he had this come to Jesus moment where he couldn't figure out what to write. And so he prayed to God, like, please let me, find the inspiration or help me write this book. And he passed out. He passed out after he prayed. And supposedly when he woke up, this whole book was written, and it's called Conversations with God. And I'm not saying it's a true book or anything like that. It's a very interesting book, though. But in the book, he says, when you understand that Hitler is in heaven, you will understand the type of God that I am. Sometimes the fool makes it to heaven way easier than the person who is filled with spiritual gifts and intellect and all of these different things. It's like this overthinking is locking you out of this paradise that you're looking for. There's always going to be things that you don't understand or things that other people don't understand, and that's okay. There is grace that's needed here. You can't expect people to give you grace when you don't give others that same grace. And if you notice, what has this done? It's alienate you. It's keeping you up at night. It's making you confused. It's making you feel heartbroken, bored, wanting to dabble in stuff that you know that you shouldn't in order to numb this intellect or this feeling of being different from others. You're so focused on how different you are from others that it's keeping you from realizing how you're the same. And suddenly, I feel really sick to my stomach. I feel like I could cry right now. And maybe that's how some of you guys feel. It's like you're trying really hard, collective, and I can see that. You're trying so hard. And it can feel like you're missing the mark. But there's things that you have to break within you to open up the doors around you. And I hope that makes sense. Some of you guys could be seeing the state of the world. You feel sick to your stomach. But it also pisses you off because you're like, how can't others see what's going on? Or how can they be so relaxed about what's going on? I don't know. But that doesn't mean you can't give grace to others. We all have a role to play or an importance to play. One of us isn't more important than the other. Don't keep yourself up at night with things that you can't change. People that you can't change, situations that you can't change. If people don't want to listen to your advice, or your friends don't want to listen to your hoodoo voodoo, or you're watching tarot readings and you're trying to warn the people around you, don't. The only thing we can control is our actions, is who we are, our connection with God. You can't convert others to believe what you believe, even if you have all the proof in the world. I say this all the time. Jesus could literally come into the sky on a cloud for the second time, and there would still be people that say, that isn't Jesus. That's not happening. You can show people literal proof and of anything, facts, anything, and they still won't be able to believe it because they haven't reached that place of knowing yet, and that's okay. That's okay, and it's not your fight to fight. Okay? And I say this with love, okay? I really love you guys, and I'm not judging you at all, okay? I'm not judging you. But this superiority complex, it's keeping you back from what you deserve. It could be stopping your bag, stopping your money. Your lack of sympathy for others because they make different choices than you is holding you back. If you feel as if people are judging you all the time, take a step back and realize, is it because I'm judging people all the time? Am I bringing in that judgmental attitude because I'm constantly judging others and how far they are along and what they know and what they're doing? And, this could even be some of you guys could even be judging people who have made different choices in life than you. It reminds me of people who are super judgmental of people who don't get married on a certain timeline or have more than one baby father, or, these things where it's like, it's not your life. And just because you could never see yourself in that place being happy doesn't mean that that person isn't happy where they are. Whatever you're doing right now, this superiority complex or this lack of sympathy for others, it's literally keeping you from your bag. We're going to get into a new deck, but with this deck ending on the Wheel of Fortune, I can tell that you're craving a renewal. We started with the Four of Cups, ending on the Wheel of Fortune. You are bored because you haven't embraced the fact that life isn't yours to control or manipulate. And that doesn't mean with magic. That means with your own advice or your own, trying to get people to see things in your point of view, trying to get them to believe in God or believe in the God that you believe in, or you don't need to do any of that. We're all on our own path, and people will get there when they get there or they won't. We're going to get into this deck, though, and clarify this to the collective. Thank you so much. The Hanged Man was on the split. There's a perspective change that needs to happen within you, collective. And that perspective is to love others more. Even if you don't necessarily agree with them. And like I said, I'm not talking about someone who is doing things that are completely immoral to you. I'm talking about people who are just different from you. If there's someone at work or at school or wherever you are and they gossip a lot and you're like, ugh, watch the karma you're going to get for gossiping. You know what I mean? Not knowing that maybe this person has a reason to gossip, or maybe the stuff that they're saying, it's not out of malicious intent, but they're just nosy. It's like, try to see things with love. Be in that Queen of Cups, okay? Two of Wands. You will have a more enriching life if you see things with love, as opposed to, well, this person's just evil, or this person's just full of drama, or this person, and maybe they are, but that's up to God to judge, not you, right? Clarify this? The Hierophant upright. I'm hearing get back to the books. Some of you guys, if you're religious, you need to get back in your Bible. If you're spiritual, you need to get back in your chakra book, or, whatever you believe in, your Torah, if you're Islam, you need to get back to the basics. Why did you start this spiritual journey? What were you looking for? Because I guarantee you it probably wasn't to show off or to be better than others. It probably stemmed from this heartbreak. And we did get the Ace of Wands. So some of you guys, God is giving you the messages, but you're refusing to see them. He's even sending you people, sending you angels, and you're rejecting that person because they don't fit some kind of standard of what you thought God would send you. Verify this. The Hierophant twice, and one was upside down and the other was upright. A lot of you guys, if this resonates, I'm hearing you need to get back to the basics. And you also need to stop holding on to your energy for dear life and then wondering why you aren't experiencing new things. For whoever this resonates for, part of your spiritual journey wasn't for others to understand you, but for you to open up to others. It wasn't to gain recognition or to gain praise or to be paid back for all the bad things that happened to you. It was for you to open up and stop holding on to your own energy or to things that don't serve you. Your spiritual journey isn't about other people, it's about you. Yeah. And the Empress with the Queen of Cups and the Six of Swords, remember why you started this. You are a person that is full of love, full of fruitfulness. It's like someone with Beyonce energy being like, oh, you'll never catch me walking down Skid Row, or you'll never catch me. It's like, why not? When you realize that someone can be an empress and be homeless, or still have like addictions, or still have these things that they have to work on. You know, the empress, yeah, she's fruitful. She's, everybody epitomizes her as perfect, but nobody's perfect. And your enlightenment isn't what makes you an empress. It's your energy that makes you an empress. Whether you live under a bridge or you live in a 5-star hotel or mansion, okay? It's your energy that makes you the empress, not what you have, not what you've gained, not your spiritual gifts, your energy. So redirect that into yourself, into the books. You know what I mean? For some of you guys, let's say you've read the Bible. It's time to read it again. Because maybe it didn't sink in the first time, or certain things. And if you're not religious, I'm not telling you to read the Bible or anything like that. I'm just saying whatever books or knowledge or things that you grasp for to access, get back in those books, because there's a message that you missed. The Wheel of Fortune. I'm going to stop there. You have immense spiritual wisdom and spiritual intelligence. And if you made it this far in this video, that truly shows me that you are the type of person who does want to work on themselves, who does want to gain knowledge or love others or understand unconditional love. But the only way to do that is to see others with the same grace that you expect of others. It's reminding me of my grandma tells a story to everybody. She used to be a Christian, but then she ended up walking into a synagogue and took that as a sign from God to be Jewish. So she converted and she's Jewish now. But she tells everybody she meets about how when I was 4 years old, I walked up to her and I told her, grace and mercy is Jesus's mother. And I don't even know what that means. But she has taken that her whole life and told people that, But the older I get, the more I kind of start to understand it. It's not necessarily about guiding others in the right direction. If you're a spiritual teacher or a speaker or someone who helps others, it's about showing them grace. Because in that grace, in that mercy, you're allowing others to learn things for themselves, which will benefit them in the long run and benefit you because you can learn from that as well. But we're going to get into some advice. I think this is going to be a longer video than normal, but like I said, if you made it this far, kudos, because that means you really do want to work on yourself. We're going to get a color for you guys, though. A color for the collective to end this reading. What color do they really need, dear Lord, to help them? Please. Can I try this? A color for the collective? Okay, we got violet. The color of magic, the power of divination, prophecy, integration, grandeur, luxury, wealth, royalty. The zodiac is Sagittarius, the chakra is crown, the planet is Jupiter and Neptune, and the association is wisdom. This cloak of wisdom that has been given to you can feel like a cloak of royalty, or, this royal blood. I am the star seed person to change the world. But you can't change the world. You can only change yourself and maybe the environment around you, but that's even hard to do. But by changing yourself and how you view others and how you associate with situations in your life, you may not be able to change the world, but you can change your perspective. But it's almost like, what's the point of magic is if it's not there to help others, to give others grace? When God gives us magic, rarely is it ever just for us. Clarify this for the collective. We have a card of advice for the collective, please. Thank you so much. Lifting the veil. Questioning everything. Anything unaligned must go. Exactly. You've lifted the veil before, but it almost created a new veil where you have all these expectations and this. I said this in another reading where you're like, oh, I'm on the spiritual path. Now I have to get sage and get my crystals and, do the protection spells. And you don't have to do any of that. The magic inside of you can only reach its full potential when you use that magic outside of you for others, or to understand unconditional love, or to understand God better, whoever you believe in, the divine spirit, whoever. I'm feeling very called to read from the book for this card, so I am going to do that. We got lifting the veil. You guys need this, and I feel like you'll say it better than I can, so I'm going to read this for you. Lifting the veil, questioning everything, anything unaligned must go. Things aren't always as they seem. This era is one of uncovering mistruths so we can remember ancient truths. Everything is in a state of recall and realignment. Anything that isn't in harmony with the planet will not survive. This goes for society and the world at large, as well as in our own lives. If you pull this card, you're being called to energetically scan your life for things that may no longer be a vibrational match for who you are and how you've grown. To dismantle the systems and ways of being that once served you and others, but no longer do. Some starseeds are here to lift the veil between the seen and unseen worlds, to shine a light on things that are inauthentic or unaligned with the survival and well-being of Earth, to stand for and protect those who don't have a voice, to look deeper and question everything that previous generations did not. Some starseeds cannot tolerate things that aren't congruent. They're here to bring society and humanity back into harmony with the planet and the Creator at large. If we tolerate things in our life that aren't aligned and congruent with it, we add to the misalignment of the planet. You're being called to trust yourself, notice what's out of alignment, and then take the baby steps required to bring it back into harmony. This is no easy feat, but it's so worthwhile, both individually and for the planet. All the realignment that you're searching for in the world, it starts with you, collective. Sometimes people and situations and our environment are a mirror of what's going on inside of us. If you want others to change or things to change for you, you have to be open to the idea of changing yourself. Okay? And that can be hard to hear sometimes, but it's true. It starts with us. Clarify this for the collective, please. Thank you so much. One card for the collective. Thank you. Hyacinth. Playfulness. Play is the royal road to childhood, happiness, and adult brilliance. Joseph Pierce. Some of you guys are being too strict in your spirituality, and you need to play more. Let others in. Some of you guys have completely closed out a lot of people in your life because of some kind of crown chakra activation, or once again with the royal and royalty, it's like you took that anointing as you being royal, when that anointing should have put you in a place where you realize that you are human. If you aren't able to laugh with others, to joke with others, to play with others, you're not going to reach that intellectual height that you seek. Being someone of importance or this, high intellect or spiritual psychic or whatever doesn't mean that you have to be boring or detached from the people around you, the places around you. You may not resonate with the world right now, but you are a part of it. Clarify this energy for the collective. Thank you so much. Oh, I got two. Blessed change. A major life change brings in great blessings. And look, she's upside down, just like that hanging man. There is a perspective shift that is going to bring you that love, that authenticity, that feeling of being one with others. We also got self-employment. You're a born entrepreneur and your business is surrounded by magical opportunities. Yeah, for some of you guys, this is affecting your work. You could be preaching something so good and then wondering, why isn't it resonating with people? Because you're preaching. You're not trying to relate. I hope that makes sense. But it looks like once you recalibrate your energy, things will be in a positive light for you because you'll understand why the divine gave you that magic in the first place. We're going to tap into your sexual energy really quick. See what else you guys need to know. We get a card for the collective sexual energy. Thank you so much. One card. Whoop. All right. Got the Hierophant again 3 times. Guys, I can't even say what I just heard, but some of you guys, because of your spiritual gifts, you feel like the world should be S in your D, okay? You're like, slurp this up, okay? Slurp it up. I got the knowledge. I am the man. But it's like, these women look so sad. They don't really look happy about what they're doing, and you're not even looking down at them, man or women. It's like, what's the point of all this knowledge and teaching if you still can't connect with others when they are literally in your lap? You feel above everyone because of your knowledge. For some of you guys, this is even your sexual knowledge, but something here about letting God be God and you just being human. I'm seeing this Hierophant as the Emperor as well. Some of you guys like to have control, and this could translate in the bedroom, but you're not happy. All this spiritual enlightenment and royalty and gifts, and I have to ask you, why aren't you happy yet? Maybe that's something that you guys should ask yourself as well. What's the point of all this anointing if you're still as sad as you were years ago? For some of you guys, you need to show your self-love instead of seeking it through others and validation and people telling you, you're so gifted, you're so smart, you're all these things. You don't need people to tell you those things to be those things. Clarify this? One more card. Wow, this reading is so long, guys. Hopefully I didn't lose all of you, but I felt like with these kind of tough love readings, sometimes you gotta get in there. Talk it out. Can we get one card for the collective to end this? If you believe. I'm hearing it's time to take a U-turn. It's time to figure out why you came to know God in the first place. Why you reached out to the divine in the first place. Was it to heal the world? Or was it to heal yourself? Because if it was to heal yourself, my dear, there's still a lot more work to do. And that is your reading for today, guys. And I'll be back soon with another message. Toodaloo.